So we have a new gentleman, Bert, I think his name is Bert, and he's maybe done a couple sessions.
Oh, he's done yoga or he's done different MPF programs.
I'm not.
I just did the power. I just started Monday.
Oh, good. Well, we're so happy to have you.
Thank you.
So, feel free to ask questions. I can stay after for a little bit and answer anything. Yoga's new. And it's like a lot of new lingo and shapes if you've never done it before. So please don't be overwhelmed. And I'll try to address some of the foundational concepts today so they start to seep in. But just let it seep in and be patient with yourself. I'm told that my class is easier than some of the other classes.
Well, that's good. I've done yoga and it's not my forte. I'm stiff.
Okay, so that is a big misunderstanding. It's the people who are stiff that stand to benefit the most. The idea is that you're not perfect, or nobody's perfect at yoga. Yoga, by the way, I'm not perfect at yoga. Nobody's perfect at yoga.
Right.
And it's a practice, and every day we come to it with a different body.
Right.
So people who are stiff actually benefit
Right.
just as much, if not even more,
I
than
would think.
people who are really flexible.
I would think.
Mm-hmm.
That makes a lot of sense.
Well, we're awesome to have you. Where are you from?
I live in Frederick, Michigan, up by Gaylord.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Glad to have another Michigander. We have them from all over on here, so we're so happy to have you. And how'd you find out about it?
Of course, I was playing tennis at Kirtland. They have an indoor arena, and we were playing tennis, and one of the ladies that was playing there said her brother-in-law was highly involved in the Michigan Parkinson's Association.
Yes.
Anyway, I just started looking into it, and I thought, well, one way I can benefit is, exercising. And I've been to physical therapy, but this is better because it doesn't cost anything, and I can do it right at home. So
Sounds like you're very active, though. That's awesome.
yeah, I still work.
Well, we're glad you took the time to be at class today with us.
Thank you. I may have to bow out early, but if I do, thank you very much. It's a pleasure, and I'll do what I can.
Okay, thanks for introducing yourself.
You as well.
All right, let's begin. And we'll begin with the yoga breathing because that's where we always begin. And you can start to move while we're breathing. If you've been sitting for a while and you feel like you need to move, please do. But I'll talk you through the breathing at the same time. So with yoga, the foundation is breathing in and out through the nose. There are a few breaths where we breathe out through the mouth, but in general, it's through the nose, and that's going to relax our nervous system. Let's rock forward and back on our sitting bones. And as we move, we're moving with breath. You do not have to be perfect in terms of I say inhale and you're exhaling. That's okay. We'll start to sync up eventually. Let's take our right arm and lift it up and then circle it back as we inhale and exhale. And so we're looking for, and then our left arm. So just start to sway the arms, alternating one and then the other. We're working towards a belly or diaphragmatic breath. Breathing in and breathing out. And your breath, the pace of it may be different than the person on the Zoom box next to you, and that's okay. And let's take our hands to our thighs and sit up tall. And try not to be rigid though. Let's circle the shoulders around and about. So inhaling as we lift them and exhaling back and around. And feel how nice that is. So yoga should feel good. It should not feel painful. Yes, some of the stretching could be slightly uncomfortable, but it should not be acute pain. Your breath should be continuous while you're practicing yoga. You notice you're stopping and halting and pausing the breath, and take it easy, take a pause. Bring your hands towards your knees. Let's round the spine, and you might want to scoochie forward on your chair. Exhale and take your chin to your chest and lean back. You're going to notice your arms lengthen. And then as we tilt forward, our heart lifts and our sitting bones move back. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see the cat-cow pose. Even though you might be familiar with it, take a look at it. Exhale, we round. It's like a C curve. And that's concave. And then we tilt the sitting bones. They go back. The top of the pelvis goes forward and the heart lifts up. That's an opposite C curve. So we round one way as we pull the belly in. And then we round the other way, keeping a little tone, but you're going to feel a stretch in your belly here. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. So that the cow pose is like a back bend, and the cat pose is more of a forward bend or a forward fold. One more time, and maybe this time you take your arms up with cat, and exhale, swing the arms back as you lift your heart and take the sitting bones back. Feel your shoulder blades start to come together here. You might feel a little pulsation with your palms pressing towards each other. And then inhale, swing the arms up, and exhale, hands at the heart. Good. Take your arms out. We're just going to kind of swing one way and then the other, just a little bit of flowing. And then wrap your arms around each other. Give yourself a hug. Doesn't matter which hand is on top. And curl your elbows in towards your belly. So this is like the cat pose again. Chin is towards your elbows. Open it up. Spread your fingers wide, arms wide. Maybe take your arms slightly back. Notice if you feel any stress though in your neck, and bring them forward if you're feeling stress. Take the opposite arm on top. Big hug, reaching perhaps for your shoulder blades. Exhale, round. Tilt the elbows towards your navel. Breathe in. Breathe out. Open it up. First twist. First twist. Take your left hand outside your right thigh for a twist towards the right. Slowly turning from your navel up towards the right, neck turns left. Once you're there, take a breath in and a breath out. Next time you breathe in, lift your toes. You can't see them anyway, you're looking away. So no looking at them. Exhale, lower and down. Let's swish now the arms towards the left and the right a few times. Just kind of getting a little flow in here. So no right or wrong. And let's bring the right hand outside the left thigh and your left hand behind you. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breath is in. And breath is out. Lift your toes. No peeking. Inhale back to center. Notice how your body's beginning to feel. Let's walk in place a few times with our breath. So inhaling, right knee rises, left arm forward. Switch it up. So you can lift the knee an inch, a millimeter. Doesn't really matter. Lift it as high as it feels available to you at this moment as you alternate swinging your arms, one forward, one out to the side. Beautiful. Feel the sensation of your feet touching the earth as you walk in place. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come back to center. Both arms rise. Both feet are down. Good. And drop your shoulders down your back. Pull your rib cage back so you're going to feel your belly tone push down through your feet. You might even feel your hips tone. Side bend now towards your right. Reach towards your right. Inhale to center. Let's reach towards the left. Maybe you lower the left arm down. Keep pulling the ribs back. Full breath so you can feel a big stretch on the right side of your body. Inhale, both arms rise. In you. Yes. And then take your arms out to the side. Press away as you spread your palms, your fingers. Now don't look at your toes, spread them too. Lift them and spread them. Now curl your fingers down and press your toe tips down. So you're going to find that you're going to feel like you're crunching or picking up a pen with your toes. So you're going to feel an arch come in. Then let that go. Bring the fingertips back up. This is a long time to hold the arms. I think we should take them down. Exhale, release. Let that go. Take our feet out into goddess pose or horsey pose. Some people call this horsey pose, and we can certainly see why that is the case. With your hands on your thighs and your knees over your heels, draw your shoulders up and back. Then we're going to bring our left arm towards the right corner of the room. Inhale, pull the elbow back, lift up, and let's do it again. Reach towards the right, circle the arm up, around, follow the hand with your gaze, placing the hand down on the thighs. Other side. Reaching the right arm towards the left corner. Reach, 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 reach. Push down through your feet. Inhale, arm circles up, around, gaze at the fingers. Place the hand back down onto the thighs. Inhale, lift your heels. Pull the belly in and up. Ooh, you might feel your calves activating. Exhale, lower that down. Inhale, toes rise. Exhale, they lower. Heels rise. Press the heels down. Bring the right forearm to your thigh. Circle the left elbow around and about. Around and about. Breathe in and breathe out. Reaching the arm over the ear. Pull the elbow back. Reach it long. It's only going to go to your range of motion. So feel the stretch. Pull it back. Reach it. Reach it. So lengthen through the elbow, the wrist, and the fingers. Maybe. This is always a maybe, right? Everything's a maybe in yoga. You get to decide what feels right. Push down to your feet. Maybe the bottom right arm lifts. Like you're holding a beach ball. There isn't much snow, at least in Michigan there isn't, so we can't hold that. Push down, rise up, hands at the heart. Now, if your inner thighs are feeling like they're getting too big of a stretch, then bring the feet in a little bit. That's okay. Same thing on range of motion, but you should feel a little bit of a stretch there, but it might ease up as we stay in the pose. Left forearm to thigh. Bottom shoulder back. Let's circle the elbow around. and about. Breath is in and breath is out. Let's bend the elbow. Arm is overhead, pulling belly in and up. Reach the elbow back and then lengthen it over your ear. Pull it back, lengthen it, reach it back, lengthen it. Beautiful. Take your time. You don't have to go as fast as I go. Maybe you go faster than I do. Make it your practice, but make sure you're really feeling the sensation. Now push down through your hips to feel your belly tone, and then press down through your feet. Maybe, that's right, maybe the left arm lifts. So your arms are kind of cupping around your head and holding this imaginary beach ball. Let's push down, rise up. Hands at the heart. And bring your feet back in. Circle the hips around and about, just in case there's any kind of feeling of holding. We just let that go, shake it out. Shake it out. And we are going to do triangle in the pose, in the chair, before we stand. And so the right leg is going to go out to the side and move this water so we don't knock that over. And we're going to lengthen the leg out to the side. The heel is going to push down, toes up. Heels down, toes up. Now you might use a block and you might not. If it feels like the chair is cutting your inner thigh, you can move around on the chair towards the edge as long. So I have one sitting bone on the chair and one is kind of off, but make sure you feel balanced. Another way to do it is to center yourself in the chair, or even to put a blanket on the chair so it doesn't cut your inner thigh. We don't want any of that business. Then you might take a block in your hand. We're going to reach long and then tip the block down. Now maybe your left hand comes to your hip. You can tip the block down and your fingertips touch it. Or if you don't have a block, hands can go, the right hand, the back of the palm and hand can press wherever your hand touches the leg. So either way, but try to pull the belly in and up so we're using core as we're moving towards the right. Now, option here is to lift the left arm skyward. You might gaze up. You might take the arm forward and then like you're going to reach for somebody's hand without falling too far forward. Then pull the shoulder back, lift the arm back skywards. Gaze towards the fingertips. Breathe in and breathe out. We're going to push down through the heel and the foot and rise up. That's it. Bring the hands to the heart. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, we lower the palm or the fingertips. I'm barely leaning onto this. Or hand in front of chin. Left arm rising. Bring it on forward. Reach it forward like you're going to clasp somebody's hand. Hold the shoulder back. The whole arm moves back. It's long. Lift the arm. Push down through your hip, down through your left foot, right heel. We rise up. Hands to the heart. Notice how you're feeling at this moment. Let's bring this heel back in. Knee forward. Moving the block to the other side. And let's center for a moment by doing Hakini Mudra. Hakini Mudra, we're pressing. It's not a hard press or a rough press. Pinky ring, middle, pointer, or index finger, and thumbs are coming together like you've got a sphere of energy in between your fingertips and in between your palms. You're cupping this energy. And breathe in and out as you bring your Hakini Mudra, which really means it's a mudra that helps balance the left and right hemispheres of your brain. Breathe in and breathe out, and breathe in and breathe out. In through the nose, in out through the nose. Now push the ridges of your fingers towards each other. Elbows can drop slightly. We don't want the shoulders getting all tense. You might even bring it in closer to you. Try not to tense up, but we're getting a little strength in the hands going here. Now let's push fingertips in like we're holding that sphere of energy. Go back to ridges of fingers pressing in. Go back to fingertips pushing in. Alternate this a few more times. Press in. Press fingertips, fingers wider. Ooh, push in. This is good for arthritis in the hands. Press fingertips. Shake it out, let it go. Triangle opposite side. So moving towards, I like to move towards the left side of the chair. But you do what's right for you. Heels going down and toes are up on the left foot. Feel this nice length. You can even point the toes and notice how that feels different and then flex them back up. Gonna take the block, place it behind the leg. Now, some people put it in front. The only reason I don't like in front is because we're gonna hang more to the front. But if we take it to the back, it's gonna open up a little bit more the front of the body. Fingertips towards block or hand on shin. Shoulders open. Inhale, lifting right arm. Reach it long. So we've got our arms going wide open as we tilt towards the left. Wide, spread fingers. That's it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take your arm forward. Reach for that buddy's hand, fellow yoga buddy's hand. Now pull the shoulder back. The whole arm stays long. Do that again. This is not an easy movement, by the way. This is an isolation. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, pull it back. That's it. Arm lifting. Beautiful. Let's push down through the heel. Push down through the right foot. Hips, lift up. Hands at heart. And bring it on in. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Okay, let's shake it out. And it's time to do some standing. This class is half seated, half standing. So I'm going to move the chair so we can do our wall dog. Now, if you have a wall, you can use it. If not, you're going to use the seat of the chair. By the way, putting the chair against the wall is super nice. Because we know the chair is not going anywhere. You always want to make sure your chair is stable. Then you can decide if you're really tall, you might want your hands on the back of the chair, but there's options and it does feel different. I'm going to take my hands on the seat of the chair and the fingers are spreading. The buttocks is moving back. The feet are about hip distance apart or maybe slightly wider. Then we're going to walk back, bend the knees, angle the sitting bones back. And as you press the sitting bones back, you might try to lift them skyward a little bit. That helps to open up the inner thigh and releases the lower back. And then maybe you try to straighten the legs a little bit, but we're still trying to keep that lower back curve. So if your spine starts to do that, like cat pose, then don't straighten the legs so much yet. And then bend and straighten a few times just to kind of feel the stretch. We're slowly bending and straightening. And then let's walk back in towards the chair. And take a pause in mountain pose. A pause in mountain pose. Hands are at the heart. Let's go back to that Hakini mood right here. Fingertips touching. Feel them touching. Inhale, arms lift. Now you might have one hand on the chair, so one arm is lifting. That's it. Press down through your feet. Feel your strong legs. Open out the arms and circle them around. Find Hakini as you lift the arms up, around, and about. And let's count backwards. Let's count backwards by, let's say 40, and we're going to count back as we do this by fours. So 40, 36, 32, 28, 24. You can gaze at your fingertips. 20, belly's toned. 16, 12, 8, 4, and 0. All right, we're going to do some sun salutes. So soft knees. Inhale, our arms rise. Exhale, arms out to the side, leaning forward. Feel your shoulder blades on your back. Lengthen your shoulders forward. Press your hips back. Maybe take your hands to your thighs or your shins. Exhale, fold. So you're going to release your head and your jaw and gaze towards your leg, maybe between them. Let the head sway to the right and sway to the left. And inhale back to center. Hand, one hand maybe on the chair, one hand at your hip. Lift your shoulders up and back. Press down, rise up, arms up overhead, one or both. Exhale, hands at your heart. Notice how your body is feeling now. All right, we're going to practice a little bit of balance. So we're going to throw the block around here. We're going to, you can take the chair either in front of you or to the side of you. We're in our mountain pose, so feet are parallel. Then you're gonna take your right leg out to the side. Maybe you're on the tippy toes of the right toes. Then drag that foot back in towards mountain pose. Let's do the left. Left toes out to the side. Bring it back in. Everybody breathing? Inhale, take the right leg out to the side. Exhale, bring it in. Left out to the side. Bring it back in. We're going to inhale up onto our tippy toes. So inhale, toes rise from mountain pose. Now notice what you're feeling, what muscle activation is happening here as your ankles and your heels rise. Exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, slowly lowering. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Let's walk it on back and find wall dog pose. I'm gonna move this chair so I have a little more room. Now my hands are on the back of the chair. Walk it on back. Keep the knees bending, angle sit bones upwards, slowly straightening legs. Feel the stretch. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Lift back up. Walk your feet back in. Feel your feet as you walk them forward. Notice how it feels. In yoga, we say the journey is just as important as the destination or the pose. We're going to go back to that balancing action. So we're in our mountain pose, feet are parallel. Take your right toes out to the side. Maybe you lift the right leg and you flex the toes towards you. So it looks like that. I'm going to move this out to the side so you can see. So it looks like that. And maybe one arm lifts. Maybe. Soft through the standing knee. We don't want it to feel like we're locking the joint. Now, if you're feeling like you want to play with the other hand up and it's safe for you, you might, perhaps, maybe. Breathe in, breathe out, and bring the foot back in, hands at our heart. Take a pause, and we'll go to the other side. Move this over. We start in our parallel pose. Parallel pose. Then we're going to transfer the weight to the standing leg, which is the right leg, and then take the toes out to the side. And maybe we lift up, toes towards us, press heel away. Breathe in and breathe out. Now I'm feeling my left leg working in that left hip. Maybe you take one arm up. It could be the opposite arm or the same as the legs out to the side. You could also bring the hand in front of your heart too. And then maybe we take the other one. It's okay to feel a teeny bit of wobbling, but no, not too much. So really push down through the big toe mound across the foot and lower the leg. Let's circle those hips around and about. Around and about one way and then the other. Notice how the body's feeling now. Let's play with our warrior poses and we'll move it towards triangle. I'm actually going to turn the chair this way. So we're going to be, you can use a block. If you don't want to use the chair and you feel like your hand's going to reach down, it's okay. So I'll show it both ways. We're going to start in our warrior. So here's our warrior. And our knee is bending over our heel. And then maybe one or both arms come up. So we're in our warrior. That's it. Then you can straighten the right leg, reach your hand towards the chair for fingertips down and left hand to your hip. Shoulders up and back. Then maybe you lift this left upper arm. Now the other option is for the hand to be either at the block or on your shin. But it's nice to start with the chair. It feels good and stable. And then we're going to come back to warrior 2. Let's take a little break here and we'll do that flow once again. Bend the knee, warrior 2. Straightening the leg, fingertips towards the chair. Arm lifts up. Feel your strong legs as they press down into the mat. Feel the muscles activate on your legs. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, come back to warrior 2. Awesome. Maybe you find a reverse warrior. Maybe. That's a little bit different, a little trickier. Come back to center, all 10 toes forward. Let's walk our feet back in towards each other and notice how the body's feeling now. We're going to do that on the opposite side. So you could just turn, but I've got to move the chair. We started out. Then we move to warrior. So we're taking a wide stance. The toes turn out. The knee bends over the heel. Breathe in and breathe out. Maybe you lift the arms. So this is warrior 2. Relax your shoulders. Let's turn the palms up so you can really relax the shoulders. Think about bringing your shoulders on your back. Now, bring the right hand to the hip, straightening the left leg, fingertips towards the chair. Leg straightens. Feel the heels as they push down and feel the big toe mounds as they push down. And then feel all 10 toes touching down. Notice a little toning in your left hip. Maybe the arm rises. You can bring it a little bit forward. Some people take it back and that's kind of, it brings off your balance. So bring it forward a little bit. Reaching your crown towards the left at a diag. We're going to come into warrior 2. Strong warrior 2. Maybe you bring your hands back to Hakini Mudra. Relax the elbows downward, shoulders relaxing. Open up your warrior. Yes. Maybe find reverse warrior. Maybe. This is a little back bend. Come back to warrior and then flow to triangle. Yes. Feel a pause in your triangle. Notice how this pose feels. You might find that you feel energy going from one hand to the other, from your bottom of your spine out through the crown of your head. Let's lift back to warrior 2. All 10 toes forward. And walk your feet slowly back in. How's the body feeling now? Take a pause. Breathe in. And breath is out. Breathe in. And breath is out. We're going to do one more sun salute. Inhale, one or both arms lift. Maybe gaze at fingertips. Push down through your feet. Lift up and out of your waist. Exhale, hands to your hips or arms out to the side. Maybe one hand's on the chair. Lengthen the spine forward and then exhale, release as you gaze towards your fingertips. Breathe in and breathe out. Breath is in and breath is out. Inhale, lengthen spine forward. Shoulders are forward. So you can't see the screen because you're looking forward and down, neck is long. Hands to the hips or out to the side. Soften the back of your knees. Feel your shoulders on your back. Press down, rise up. Inhale, arms out to the side, up skyward. Exhaling, hands at your heart. How's the body feel now? Let's do a lunge with a little twisting action. Hands are at the chair. Step your right leg back. And actually, well, it doesn't matter. Left leg can be forward, right leg back or opposite. Your hands are on the chair and your spine is long. So rather than gaze down, look forward so you can feel a long back of the neck. So you're feeling a long spine. Press your right hip back and your left hip, well, so it's your front hip is pushing back, and your back hip might feel like it's going slightly forward. You might add a twist here by gazing to the side towards the front leg. And maybe you take the hand to the hip and you open up the shoulder. Make sure your bottom shoulder is externally rotating. Then bring the hand back to the chair and keep this front knee soft and step your back leg to meet your front. Back in our mountain pose. We're always returning to that mountain pose. Hands to the chair. What? Now the opposite foot is forward. Take the leg on back. Take your time to get there. Don't let yourself rush through yoga. Now this back heel can be up, but it feels like you're better balanced. You can put the heel down. The stretch is very different in the back leg when the heel is up versus heel down. So choose what's right. Generally, if your hips are tight, the heel up feels better, but we have to weigh our balance concerns. Now, angle this front hip down, lengthen through the spine. Feel the strength in your front thigh. Breathe in, breathe out, and maybe, just maybe, you turn your head towards the bent knee leg and then towards the horizon, and you take your hand to your hip. Open up the shoulder. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hands to the chair. And now step the back leg to meet the front. Hands to the heart. Soft breathing in. Soft breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's have a seat. We've been working very hard today. Even though we started a little late, we've been working hard. So take your time to find your way back to your seat and bring a strap with you or a cane so that you can stretch your legs out. So we're back to our seated mountain, and feel your sitting bones, feel grounded from standing to sitting. So sitting bones are on the chair. Take a moment and pause. Let's dip the right ear down towards the right shoulder. You might use your right hand to gently find that stretch. Yes. Maybe you gaze down towards it, so it's down and towards the right. Then back, gazing a little bit forward. So ear is over shoulder, and lift the head back up. Sometimes in triangle, the head doesn't know exactly where to go, and you might feel a little, like your neck is just a little uncomfortable. So this is helping release it. Exhale, take your left ear down towards your left shoulder. Maybe using the left hand for a slight amount of traction. We're not pulling, just a little traction. Breathe in and out. Inhale, head rises back up. Circle your head around so your nose is making a circle. Little release in the neck. And then reverse it. And come back to center. Let's stretch the leg out. Place the strap around the bottom of the foot. Push the heel away. We're sitting tall, so we're feeling centered on our sitting bones. Now, if you have an ottoman or a chair, place it in front of you and rest the leg there. Then let's feel this stretch. We're gonna feel it for about 30 seconds. Because that's how long it can take to really get a nice stretch in there. Remember, the leg doesn't have to straighten all the way. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And out. It should be about 6 breaths. It's gonna depend. So 30 seconds. Actually, maybe it depends. If you're 4 counts inhale and 4 counts exhale, then it's going to be 32 seconds. So that would only be 4 breaths. Let's release the leg down. Maybe open and close the knees a little bit. And then let's do the other side. So strap around foot, maybe heel resting on chair in front of you, sitting tall. So when we lean back, it's hard to get that stretch. Knee can start lifting, so it's actually higher than your hip. Then we press it away. Slowly, slowly, straightening leg, pushing heel away. Spreading toes will even liven it up a little bit. Relax the shoulders. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breath is in. And breath is out. Breathing. In for 4, out for 4. In for 4, and out for 4. Let's let that go. Open and close your knees a few times. And take a little break here. Let's pause. Perhaps take the Hakini Mudra with the fingers touching again, holding that sphere of energy, and rest it in your lap. Relax the elbows. Relax the shoulders. Feel the hips on the chair. And your feet either touching an ottoman or chair in front of you or resting down on the earth. Allow your eyes to softly, gently close. And return to a neutral, flowing breath. In and out through the nose. Feel the soft wave of the belly. Expanding, descending, almost floating sensation. What does it feel like to pause and to relax after moving for nearly an hour? You can release the mudra. Let the palms face upward or downward. Feel the sensation of relaxation through the whole body. Let's bring our hands to heart center. Bow in towards our fingers and our palms as we express gratitude for our time together. Breathing, feeling, moving as community. With gratitude for all that brought us to this point, including Zoom and power working, and the Michigan Parkinson Foundation. Namaste, everyone. I hope you feel good. You have a wonderful Wellness Wednesday. I'm here for any questions.
Great job.
How's everybody doing?
Thank you, Mindy.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you, everyone. You
Thank
guys
you,
are
Mindy. It was
quiet. You
good.
must be tired or something.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, Mindy. That was great. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mindy. That was real good.
Glad to be with all of you.
Thank you.
And you have
Mindy.
your power back on.
Yes, power's back on. I'm noticing, I'm wondering if I have water in the basement. I see a little wet mat, but
Mm,
not.
Uh-oh.
that would be good.
You know, you never know what's going on with these houses, right?
It's so true.
Feel any water. I just saw yoga on the mat. Who knows where that's coming from? You guys have a good day.
All right. Hopefully it's not water in the basement.
Yeah, well, it doesn't feel like it. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. There's a ghost in here.
Uh-oh.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you, you too.
Bye.